So just to set this show up, Shrachi Sports doing wonderful work in the sporting domain and has brought together the very best in the country. Of course, leading the charge, the one and only. One of my heroes personally, 1996 will forever be etched in the memories of Indian sport. After 44 years, India winning a medal. Leander Paes holding forth there, one of the greatest India has produced. Bhaskar Ganguly, I've grown up watching Bhaskar play football, and of course Saradindu, Mukherjee. All of us remember Bapada is a very dear friend. So we are celebrating Shrachi Sports here, and the man who will lead this show is not me but rather Tamal, Ghosal, one of the faces of Shrachi Sports. Over to you, Tamal, about the vision and what's going on.
Thank you, Boria. It's amazing that I have three legends of Indian sport. Of course, starting from our far right, Bhaskar Ganguly, the one and only Bhaskar Ganguly, a legend of a lifetime in football, the Indian captain across numerous tournaments, including that famous Asian Games, which I still remember, losing with an 89th-minute goal from Saudi Arabia. That's how competitive India was. Saradindu is our also very famous cricketer and man who's of course played with the Bengal Ranji winning team and also has played for India. So and next to me my friend Leander Paes, the one and only Leander Paes, who not only has played tennis, professional tennis across his life, but has with great passion and glory has represented India. So we at Shrachi Sports has always felt the sports has to be run by sports people. That is when sports succeeds. And that is the reason we've got people who have excelled, who spend their lives playing the sport, to come and advise us how to take forward our plans of sport. And I will ask, I think it's more about them and then us today, and we talk about our vision of how to take Shrachi Sports forward. So I will come to Bhaskar da first. Bhaskar da, তুমি তো এত বছর ধরে ফুটবল খেলছো, ফুটবল দেখছো, Shrachiর যে কোচিং প্রোগ্রাম এটসেট্রা নিয়ে আমরা যে আলোচনা তোমার সাথে করছি, এটার মধ্যে কি নতুনত্ব দেখছো? কি মনে হচ্ছে যে এই কোচিং প্রোগ্রাম, অ্যাথলিট কোচিং প্রোগ্রামটা নিয়ে আমরা যেভাবে এগোচ্ছি, ডু ইউ সি সাকসেস কামিং টু দিস?
প্রচণ্ড ভালো উদ্যোগ। আমাদের দেশে এরকমভাবে কেউ ভাবে Shrachi স্পোর্টস যে ভাবছে সেটা যদি সাকসেসফুল হয়, আমার মনে হয় সাকসেসফুল হবে, তাহলে সেটা একটা সাংঘাতিক ব্যাপার হবে। বিশেষ করে ফুটবলে আমাদের দেশ যেখানে ছিল সেখান থেকে অনেকটা পিছিয়ে গেছে, বিশেষ করে বেঙ্গল। Shrachi স্পোর্টস ম্যানেজমেন্ট, বিশেষ করে আমার ছোট ভাই এখানে আছে তামাল, ঘোষাল এবং রাহুল তো আছেনি, এদের যে উদ্যোগ আমি তার সঙ্গে জড়িয়ে আছি। এটা বাড়তি দায়িত্ব। ভালো হলে আমরা ভালো বলি না, খারাপ হলে খুব সমালোচনা করি। সেটা মাথায় রেখে বাংলার ফুটবলকে এবং ভারতীয় ফুটবলকে সমৃদ্ধ করার কাজে এগিয়ে এসছে Shrachi স্পোর্টস। স্বাগত জানিয়ে ওদেরকে ছোট করতে চাই। আশা করব শুধু ফুটবল নয়, আমার পাশে আমার ছোট ভাই শরদিন্দু আছে, আমাদের ভারতের গৌরব লেন্ডার পেজ আছে, আমার ছোট ভাইয়ের মতো। সবাই মিলেমিশে যদি কাজকর্ম করা যায়, তা আগামী দিনে Shrachi স্পোর্টস ভারতবর্ষের খেলাধুলার মানচিত্রে একটা বড় জায়গা নেবে। এটা আমি অন্তত ব্যক্তিগতভাবে চাইছি, এবং আপনারা যারা শুনছেন বা দেখছেন তারাও নিশ্চয়ই চাইবেন Shrachi স্পোর্টসকে দেখে আরও অন্যান্য যে মাল্টি ন্যাশনাল কোম্পানিগুলো আছে তারা নিশ্চয়ই এগিয়ে আসবে। এটা একটা Shrachi সবচেয়ে বড় পাওনা, তাতে ভারতীয় স্পোর্টসে একটা নতুন দিক খোলার যে পথ প্রদর্শক হিসাবে থাকবে, এটা একটা অর্ধেক গৌরবের ব্যাপার।
গ্রেট, ভাস্কর দা, আমি ফিরে আসবো তোমার কাছে। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ ফর ইউর কমেন্টস। Bapada, BPL T20 is on the door. Bengal was a late starter to T20. There are other leagues happening, but now it's coming. And you are aware that we are one of the franchise owners, and you are very closely involved in the team. How do you think this T20 BPL T20 will bring up a change in the cricketing scenario in West Bengal?
See, it's better late than never. We have started somewhere. Okay, we need to start somewhere, because you see, there's Tamil Nadu Premier League, there's Karnataka Premier League, there's UP Premier League, Chhattisgarh Premier League. Now Bengal has a Premier League where all the scouts are going to come from all the franchises and have a look at the talent we have. That's how people cricketers come into their different franchises. That's why we are lacking there. Only a handful of cricketers are playing in a few franchises. Namely, Abhishek Purel, probably the only one who's
he's been one of the big revelations.
Yes, exactly. He's playing top of the order, and Shrachi Ganguly has promoted him at the top of the order. That's a huge
and
thing.
he's proved his mettle.
And I met him in Mumbai. I told him, make it count, boss. If you have a chance, get a big score and get yourself settled over there. Now BPL T20 is coming over. Tomorrow is the press conference, and Shrachi Sports is playing a huge part here. We've got a team. We don't have not only have a men's team, we've got a women's team as well, which we have to look after and take it forward. So here we are planning to make a very good side and perform to a level where people will be selected from here, and they'll play obviously for Bengal in the future, and maybe in the different franchises as I spoke in IPL. And Shrachi Sports is going to play a huge role, because they were the first person to pick up a team.
Oh yes.
And I think CAB must be very happy about that.
Yes, also I think one thing I want to point out, though we started late with BPL T20, CAB is probably, or BPL T20 is probably the only league with the men and the women started together. So that's a huge shout out to CAB for having done that. That's brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. That's why I told that we don't only have a men's team, we have a women's team as well.
Yes.
So we have to look after both. And the way the women's cricket is coming up,
yes,
not only in India, but in Bengal as well. So many women cricketers are representing India. That's a massive thing for the state. And
okay, I'll sorry to cut you out, but I'll have one more question before I come to Lee. Our icon picks or marquee picks, not picks, it was a draw shots. Shabaz and Titas.
We were extremely lucky. We got the best player.
Yeah.
We got the best player.
We got Shabaz.
We got Shabaz there.
And when I heard that we got Shabaz, I was like, oh my God, we got Shabaz.
Our pick was like 1, 2, 3 I had in mind, and number 1 was Shabaz. We got him.
Yes.
And that's
and we also got Titas.
That's the luck you need in cricket.
Yeah, and also we got Titas.
And we also have Titas Sadhu, and she's doing wonderfully well as well.
Fantastic.
So both the marquee players, we are very happy about them, and we are going to build a side revolving around these two cricketers.
Fantastic. I'll come back to you. Lee, you've been involved from inception of Shrachi Sports. You are an investor in Shrachi Sports, so you believe in the story of Shrachi Sports. So what's your, let's say, what's your plan? What's your, you talk about so many times, you talk about the dream of Shrachi Sports. Can you share with everybody what is this dream? And let me tell you, Leander is back home. That's wonderful. After spending,
congratulations.
So see, he's become a Calcutta resident again. So after going through the world and living in the world, and Calcutta boy comes back to Calcutta. That's a fantastic story by itself, and it's wonderful that we got you at the right time and you got us at the right time. So what's this story, and what's the way you look at it?
I think that life is about timing. I think that life is about a vision and executing that vision. I really like the vision of Shrachi Sports because we are looking to reach into the heart of India using sport as a vehicle to create a better community. Now sitting here, we're sitting with two great Indian legends, Bengal legends, coming back into our community, giving into the sport of football and cricket. We've got the leader of the team here, I call him the captain, for a reason. He doesn't have his armband on today, but it's in his office in the first row, first desk on the left. But he's the captain, basically leading us forward in creating opportunities where multiple sports can educate children, multiple sports can give people jobs, multiple sports can come in and show through the strata of society, whether it's in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 or even rural India, we can create schools, academies and clubs that every walk of Indian livelihood can play sport. To me, that's building leadership, that's building teamwork, that's building leagues in India which are so successful, but most importantly, it's building an Indian community where people from multiple cultures, multiple race, multiple castes can come together and use sport as a vehicle to better their lives. And to me, that dream is a big one, a lot of hard work.
So, Lee, this is the story about 250 million, reaching 250 million sports persons. But how do you think it's obviously maybe 20% or 15% of Indian population? Okay, so I remember you having talked about it at Boria's event, Trailblazers at Boria's event when we launched this event. So reaching these 250 million people, how do you think of reaching these 250 million people, and what is the plan of reaching these 250 million people?
So the vision of Shrachi Sports is a big one, because when you talk about reaching 215 million kids, that's a mammoth number. Now let's break that down. We've got the largest youth population in our country. 55% of 1.4 plus billion Indians are under the age of 26. That is approximately 745 million. Let's break that down further. 80% of that is under the age of 16. That's about 450 million under the age of 16. Let's break that down further. When you look at Kendriya Vidyalaya, you got 25 million there. When you look at school sports, the PT sports, back in the day, do you remember when we did 1, 2, 3, 4?
Exactly.
Would we build a Ranji Trophy player or a all Asian Games player doing 1, 2, 3, 4? Certainly 1, 2, 3, 4 didn't get me to 7 Olympics. And when we talk of eye-hand coordination, when we talk of eye-feet coordination, when we talk about emotional health, mental health, today mental health is a huge thing. With the final exams just around the corner, mental health, emotional health becomes a big play. Sport can make a difference in any human being's life.
Absolutely.
And in that, that's the vision of Shrachi Sport.
Especially in this, time of computers, laptops, phones. Isn't it so important for them to take them out?
Yes.
I think that's what you're talking about. Thank you, Leander. That was really, very well articulated. I think, talking about making sports a way of life and making the kids come back to sports from their laptops and from their phones.
Exactly.
Brilliant. It will change and build character into people. So I'll just kind of sum up and kind of finish and just go back for 30 seconds to each of you. Bhaskar da, যদি তুমি 30 সেকেন্ডে বলতে চাও যে আমরা Shrachi Sports-এর যে উদ্যোগটা, স্পেশালি কোচিংয়ের উদ্যোগটা নিয়েছি, সেই কোচিংয়ের উদ্যোগটা নিয়ে আমরা যে ফুটবলার তৈরি করা অ্যাচিভ করার চেষ্টা করছি, ঠিক আছে, সেটা আমরা ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল এবং তার আশেপাশে পারিপার্শ্বিক স্টেট নিয়ে করতে চাইছি। তোমার যদি মনে হয় যে 2-3টে খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট জিনিস যেটা আমাদের মনে রাখতে হবে এটা করার জন্য, সেগুলো কি?
একটা ব্যাপার হচ্ছে, লিন্ডার একটু আগে বললো, স্পোর্টস একটা ন্যাশন বিল্ড করে,
স্পোর্টস বিল্ডস এ নেশন।
সেটাতে সাথী প্রথম সাড়ে আজকে সাথী যে উদ্যোগটা নিয়েছে, এতে সবার সাপোর্ট করা উচিত। স্টেট বডিকে, গভর্নমেন্টকে সাপোর্ট না করলে এটা সাকসেসফুল পাওয়া খুব কঠিন।
গভর্নমেন্ট সাপোর্ট
এবং অ্যাসোসিয়েশনের সাপোর্ট। আমার বিশ্বাস এনারা সবাই এই ব্যাপারটাকে সাপোর্ট করবে, যাতে করে আগামী দিনে সাচি যে উদ্যোগটা নিয়েছে খেলাধুলার ব্যাপারে, সমাজ গঠনের ব্যাপারে, সেটা সাফল্য মনে হবে।
Fantastic. Bapada, coming back to you, your closing comments. I'll obviously with the BPL I will go back on the BPL because that's kind of the flavor of the time. How prepared is Shrachi Sports for BPL?
Absolutely prepared. I've got a list of players and like A, B and C. If you don't get A, we'll get B.
Because I understand this time it's a draft, so you are not very clear about who will get.
Exactly. So until unless we get the list, we don't know what the players, how many players are coming, who are the players and things like that. But we have done our homework.
Fantastic.
Okay, so we are there. And what he said, like sports build character. Last year we were coming back from IPL and after the commentary. And in the airport, whom I meet? Leander Paes, coming back home to Kolkata to live here. So it's a blessing for us, not only for us Calcuttans or people living in West Bengal, and blessing for Shrachi Sports as well, because he became an investor over here. Now we've got an initiative, one of the biggest sports initiative, which Bengal will ever see.
Okay. Coming to Leander for his final payment, final statement is that will you give us? Let me also, kind of put this out that the first academy is in the making. The Leander Paes Tennis Academy is in the making.
Oh.
So that is also the way he will give back to Calcutta. Lee, how is that coming around?
Firstly, thank you for the kind words and welcoming me back home. I think the timing of it is great because we want to use sport to build character and build a nation. Now, that is not just in tennis, but that is in all the Olympic sports, cricket included. So when you look at that, I think we've got great platforms for men and women, young boys and young girls, to showcase their skills. And then it is up to the mentors to recognize talent, go out into the rural areas where I believe most of the talent is, select talent, bring them into the academies and nurture them over the next 10-15 years. 250 million kids are going to take a long time. It's not going to happen in 2 years or 5 years or 7 years. It's going to take the better half 15 to 20 years. But the endeavor to do that is not just to have gold medal winners at the Olympics, or not just to have podium champions. Yes, it's to have podium champions, but it's also to create a big wealth of talent and a database using sport throughout our country.
Fantastic. And your academy? You don't want to talk about it?
I answer that very eloquently, sir.
It's coming. The Leander Paes Tennis Center of Excellence is coming. Watch out, Calcutta, for that. And I think it's a great way for him to come back and give back to Calcutta what he has. I'll just kind of to sum up what we have here. In Shrachi Sports, our core objective is to build grassroots talent. Take sports to every corner. It's not going to be Kolkata, it's going to be rural sector, it's going to be villages, it's going to be schools, it's going to be colleges. And over a period, I hope we will be able to reach the number of people Leander is talking about, 250 million people. The day we've done that, we felt Shrachi Sports, because it's all from the heart. Sports is something which comes from here, and all of us believe in that passion, and that's the reason we're together. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So there you heard from Tamal, from Leander, from Saradindu, and of course from Bhaskar. But we've also got to speak to the man behind all of this, whose vision is it to get all of the legends together and more, because the vision is endless, the world is his oyster. Leander talked about universal sport, sport for all, physicality. So let's hear from Rahul Todi, the face of Shrachi Sports in many ways. What is his vision? That's the concluding part of this program. Stay tuned and don't go away. Like I said, the man whose vision brought all of those people together, Leander Paes, Bhaskar Ganguly, Saradindu, Mukherjee, and many more. He's been part of my conclave and I've seen the support. He's supporting the Paralympic Committee of India. Massive support. So the person whose vision is making all this possible, Rahul Todi. Tell me the vision of Shrachi Sports.
We can make it sound fancy and say, but basically a vision probably comes from personal selfish reasons. I've loved sports since I really wanted to be a sportsman before I wanted to be an entrepreneur. But আমি কোনো স্পোর্টসে ভালো ছিলাম না, মানে সব স্পোর্টস খেলেছি, ব্যাডমিন্টন, টেনিস কোচিং, ক্রিকেট, ফুটবল, মানে টেবিল টেনিস, সব কোচিং নিয়েছি, খেলেছি, বাট ওয়াজ নেভার এনি গুড এট ইট। সো আই থট স্পোর্টসের সঙ্গে যদি থাকি, ওটা নিয়ে ব্যবসা করি, কিন্তু তখন ইন ইন্ডিয়া সিস্টেম ওয়াজ ইন দেয়ার। এর মধ্যে আমি চলে গেলাম অস্ট্রেলিয়াতে, যেটা একটা স্পোর্টস পাগল দেশ, তুমি নিশ্চয়ই জানবে। আমি ওখানে 5 বছর কাটিয়ে, 5 years, did my bachelor's, master's, and a lot of my friends were from in Bond University. It was the Olympic Center for Excellence for Swimming in Australia, and Thorpe, and they were all studying there. And I used to love the fact that me being that degree or being able to be in Australia or have a car was based on the fact that my father's son, and they used to make that money and buy the Porsche with their own money. So that inspired me. Can in India an individual do that? And in the last 4-5 years, I've seen that happen.
Let me stop you there. I mean, I've seen, and I'm talking about the larger corporates. I mean, I've seen corporates investing in cricket. I've seen corporates investing in football. And I understand that there is return on investment. Hardly a few corporates invest in Paralympics though. You're doing it. And there I think there's a difference. How come that's happening?
देखो स्पोर्ट्स तो सबसे माने फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल स्पोर्ट्स इज इंक्लूसिव एंड इंक्लूसिव माने तो जस्ट बिकॉज आई एंड प्रॉब्ली अगेन सेल्फिश रीजन আমি এখন হেলদি বাট আই ওয়াজ ভেরি ফ্যাট ইন মাই আর্লিয়ার ডেজ এন্ড আমি তখন ভাবতাম যে দ্যাট ইজ দ্য রিজন व्हाई आई एम नॉट बीइंग एबल टू डू आई वांटेड टू लूज वेट बट जो होता है नहीं हुआ सो any disability, physical or mental or anything, should not be a barrier for sports. And today, see, this cannot happen by me only wanting. It also happens because the society is reacting.
Yeah.
So today you are supporting. Why are you supporting Paralympics? I mean, Revsportz को कुछ और मिला नहीं content, but you understand, right? So because you felt कि ये भी होना ही चाहिए. It should be natural. We really want to come to a situation where you will ask me why Paralympics? You should have come to me and say why not Paralympics? And it will come to that stage. You know, you told me your story when you first pitched Paralympics to a big MNC, and they've said, okay, let's do this. Let's also do this. But now it's become they're doing it.
Correct.
So that's where we are.
That's what I will finish with. I didn't want to look anyone down, and I won't. All I will do is take Rahul Todi, take others, take Indian sport up. If I'm able to do that, if he's able to do that, we've served our country. We're very small people, but we want to make a difference and create legacy. That's why Shrachi Sports, that's why we are here. Thank you very much for watching.